So like warrior cats.
Yeah, so like warrior cats.
Okay, so like
It's
for
like-
these questions, I like wrote some stuff just so like I could at least remember what I'm talking about, and some of them I literally just wrote question marks, just like this might be it. I don't know.
I thought you were like organized and prepared. What happened? I had
What
faith
happened?
in you.
What
Oh
happened
my
to you?
god.
What happened to me? I have like I'm so prepared.
I'm proud of
Okay,
you.
okay, you can go first.
Most of my answers are in capital letters. That's how you know, like,
Whoa.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Whoa.
Bird wants to be
okay.
heard. You go first.
All right, first question. How did you get into Warriors? So what did I do? Basically, I was like fully into like I'd watch all like the animated series, like all of it. I was there. I loved
Everything.
Like, yeah, pretty much like mostly like wolf animations. Like I wanted to watch Wolf's Rain, but I think it was like too scary for me.
When was this though? Like what
This
year?
This is like baby Birdkiye. This has been like a hot minute. Yeah, I think maybe
Was it,
like 2010 to 12. Somewhere in that range.
Okay. So we're in
And
the
then
same range.
Eventually I just started getting recommended like Warriors content. And I was like, okay, this seems cool. And just went from there.
Did you actually, like, at that point when you actually heard about it, did you start reading the books, or did it take you a while before you actually...
I just drew Warriors fan art for like a year or two.
And you didn't even read the books?
Maybe I need to put in the effort.
Maybe you should read the books.
Yeah, that's literally it.
It's like half of the fandom at this point. But I mean...
Oh my god,
I mean, basically... Just basically, like, going with it, just roll with it. I know people who literally have not read a single book and they're, like, deep in the fandom. So, I mean, if it works for you. But no, that seems to be the general consensus, at least from what I hear, how people got into it. Because I can't, like, it's been long enough where I don't really remember everything. I remember playing Wolf Quest, and there were a lot of servers that said Warriors roleplay, and I'm like, what? First of all, what's roleplay? And second of all, what's Warriors? And it was literally posted everywhere. Like, I can't remember exactly the format, but I think it showed like 10 servers at a time, and you had to like refresh the page. And literally, probably half of those servers were just Warriors. And I'm like, what is this?
Warrior cats, but dogs.
Basically, yes.
That's like the people in Animal Jam who roleplay as wolves, but are cats.
The main thing is that like the Wolf Quest servers, I know they're redoing the game now, but it's like, back then when I was playing, they had a lot of restrictions, like on the chat and everything. And the servers themselves only allowed for 5 people. So imagine severely limited chat. Like you couldn't even say like she or he or anything like that. You could not say that. There were so many words you couldn't say. And imagine that with only 5 people allowed and trying to roleplay Warriors.
Can we try that?
I didn't know. We're not going to try that. It was a hellhole, honestly. They're changing it now, but no, it was just so restrictive. And I was like, how do you guys get Warriors out of this? But no, that's what, honestly, my morbid curiosity was what led me to look into it. And one of my, I hesitate to say friends, we weren't super close, but one of my friends in middle school had the first book. And I was like, hey, do you know of this series? And they had the first and second book, I think they had. And they were like, yeah, I borrowed it. And then basically from there, I finished, or at least I got close to. I think I might have been on the 4th book in the first series. And then I was like, hey, Mom, so there's this series I'm reading. And then after that, I ordered the next 2 series, like the complete series box set. Nice. And I ordered the next 2, and it was hilarious. No, because it literally took maybe 3 or 4 books before I'm like, okay, I'm
I'm just
there.
Committed to like
I'm committed to this, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got into Warriors because both of my older sisters read the books already.
You know people who read the books?
Yes, my older sisters, and they like drew cats.
Warriors just like runs in your family.
Yes,
That's
it does.
terrifying.
And so I was like, oh, this is cool. So I didn't read any of the books, but I was like watching all these edgy AMVs and maps, like the just can't wait to be king, that stuff. And and SSS Warrior Cats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big one.
Scourge Death animation.
Oh yeah.
And all the
like
Flipnote Hatena edgy Too Late to Apologize videos.
This is like a nightmare.
I have multiple animations of Scourge because I didn't know who he was. I was like, oh, he has a bone collar. That's cool. I'm just gonna animate him being sad.
Oh, man.
And then I did that, and then I realized, oh, Warriors is a thing. And then
it's actually a thing. It's not just.
I picked up the first book of the 4th arc at my local school library.
I've heard of so many people starting on that book, and I don't get how or why.
I started reading, and I got so confused, and then I never actually finished reading it because I sucked at reading things. So like,
wait, what was the series and what was the book? Like what?
For the Apprentice.
It was the
Apprentice.
Oh god,
dude! What I imagined while reading was like the weirdest shit. Like the medicine cat had a first aid kit, and Mouse Fur was gray.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I don't understand it.
Mouse Fur is gray.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the weirdest thing I've heard.
Yeah. So that's how I got into it. And then my sisters grew out of it, and then I didn't.
And then you didn't, and it just continues. It continues.
The pride of the family.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess that leads good into the second question. Favorite arc?
Avos.
Oh, Avos.
Which one?
Okay.
I have what's funny is that I actually haven't finished that arc. Like, I've read all the spoilers and I kind of skimmed, but I never officially like read the last 2 books. So I know what happens.
The last 2. I stopped at like I think River of Fire. I don't know. I don't even know what book that was.
Dude,
but like I loved that arc. Like that was really good. But I just kind of got lost.
Avos was the only series I didn't get spoiled entirely. So that felt special.
I spoiled so much. That series was the one I got spoiled to.
I actually got shook when I read that Briarlight went to poop, and then like croaked, because I just finished with standardized testing at school, and then I was reading, and I was trying not to tear up in the middle of a random classroom in my school. I'm like,
that would be a valid reason to like hate that arc.
Oh my god.
I think, like, for me, like, the New Prophecy, like, simply just because it was, I just love the journey kind of trope. Like, that was
so do I. No,
yeah, it's underrated. No, I loved it.
The pacing of it was really good, too, for, like, such a massive journey, and they actually, like, stretched it out between books rather than just having, like, a one quick journey.
I do remember, like, because I know there's been a lot of talk how the first half of that arc was like, it was a lot better paced and everything. I can't really remember the later books as much, but I do remember, I know the first 3 books were just really, really good. I say that
the end arc was like Leaf Crow stuff, Bramble and Hawk, stuff like that, and like those were all like pretty good plots. Like
it wasn't bad. No, I think for what it was, I actually do think like it is underrated. Like even the back half, I do think is underrated. I really did enjoy first 3 books, as it not saying that like the last half was worse. I mean more like just I really liked the idea that the first 3 books had. Just I really liked the traveling in those books compared to everything else. So it really
Midnight was the first book I completely read in one day. So that's kind of important.
That was the same with me. No, because what's hilarious is that I'm gonna bounce around right now, but that one I actually mixed up because I read it and how Squirrel Paw and Leaf Paw were like, I think they said they were like 7 or 8 moons old. And I was like, did I miss a book? I was like, where did these characters come from? I was so confused. I was like, who are you?
Yeah, that was such a terrible idea to put like the birth of like such like big main characters into a super edition.
Like, I was very young, but you know, I still like them, but honestly, that's still not my favorite arc. So like, you guys know my favorite. I like Dawn of the Clans the most. Honestly, New Prophecy. New Prophecy. Excuse me, ma'am. New Prophecy. No, it does hold a place in my heart because it was my favorite for the longest time, and in a way, I think it might still be. They're kind of a tie for me. But like Dawn of the Clans, you should know I don't do prequels like in any way. I really don't like prequels, but. I don't know, like I felt like reading them mainly just to catch up, and I actually just over time really enjoyed the new characters and kind of just knowing that, you know, when you read like say going from like New Prophecy and you move on to the next arc it's kind of just a continuation of old characters, and if there's any mistakes in the books you notice it more because it's expanded upon, whereas like the authors could kind of get away like this prequel series like, hey, these mistakes, you know, they're not connected to anyone else. So I mean,
so just vibing, you know.
Yeah, I just didn't read that arc.
you gotta read it. It's very, very
I have
good.
all the books. I just never got around to it.
You should read it. No, you should read it. No, it's honestly one of my best, partially just because like we've known so many characters that it's nice to just get some solid. But it's also the thing about that arc is that personally, like, I don't care much for the characters in a lot of these books. It's the one arc that really puts focus on a lot of characters, not major characters, but just like kind of lets you know that even the minor characters have lives, and it really does a good job with that personally. So
that's good.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, next question, favorite book. So I can rant some more.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Shattered Sky.
Oh, Shattered Sky was good, actually. Yeah.
No, Shattered Sky was. Yeah, Shattered Sky. I can barely remember. So
did you read it?
I think I did. I think I did.
I love Shattered Sky.
I think I stopped at River of Fire.
Yeah.
I think Shattered Sky is a favorite with most of the fandom. Like, it's just good.
It's a really good book. It's not my personal favorite, but it is as in like just it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. It is a really good book though.
For me, it's Dark River from Power of Three.
I don't even remember
that. Is underrated.
I don't even
remember like why.
Honestly, I reread The Sight, and honestly, Dark River after it was really good.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, neither do I. So that's a great thing. Like, I remember that every time I've been asked this question, it's always been Dark River, and I can't really remember why. But then, like, I had to read up the summary of it, and I was like, oh, that's why. Yeah, because it had like Heather Lion. That was great. Love that.
That's
and then like all the stuff with like Tiger Star and Lion Paw. That was cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
And then
your opinion, I love reading Lion Blaze.
Love that.
Okay.
And then like the Holy Paw and Willow Paw stuff, like it was interesting. It was such a good little book. I liked it.
It was a solid book, yeah.
Yeah.
I should reread it.
Okay, so this is a very short answer for me. Midnight was always my favorite. Book one of New Prophecy. No, it literally, and it's not even like the best written book. It just like, I don't know why, but I just really remember where I was when I was reading that, and I just like I said, like I remember being really confused as to who these characters were. No, but like I was legitimately like, where did these characters come from? And I don't know. I was like 12 or 13, and I was like, I don't know who they are. I was smart enough to kind of guess that there was a time skip, but no, I really liked reading like, especially the beginning of the book with them leaving. I thought it was really dramatic how they come in and are just like, where did everyone go? And that I really enjoyed it.
And Squirrel Claw's like, let me come with you, Bramble Claw.
Yes. Yes, I liked reading it, different characters, you know, like they seemed a lot fresher than, you know, even though it was only the second arc, it's like it was a different protagonist and like different supporting characters, and I really like how, you know, different kits like came together. I don't know why that's like a really big sticking point with me, where it's like you hope they're just going to become best friends, and I don't know, that was my mindset, and honestly still I wish that's what happened in the end. But I mean,
yeah, that would have been great.
No, I would have loved it.
They missed out.
Yeah.
Right, so favorite super edition, novella, or manga?
Oh god, here we go.
Here we go.
What is it?
Yellowfang Secret.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I actually really enjoyed that one too.
I mean, your opinion is valid. Your opinion is valid, but I'm sorry, it's wrong.
Okay, go on.
No, I
legitimately,
I don't have anything wrong with it. It just wasn't.
Then my opinion's right.
Your opinion's right.
It was such a solid book. Like great characters, great plots.
I feel like the reason
that was wild.
I feel like it's mainly because I literally don't remember anything that happened in the book that kind of makes me about it. So
fair. I mean, to be fair, like it's the only super edition I do remember anything from. So
that's
okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair. But I mean,
I don't
there are
which
worse super editions.
Oh yeah, Crooked Star's Promise was solid too.
I didn't
read
finish
it in ages.
I see that's the issue. I usually got like halfway through a super edition, and then I just like kind of get lost and just forget.
No, I did that with Crooked and Tall, and like that one, I remember parts of it, and I remember it being very good. Maybe I did finish it.
I'm only like
I think
into
it was definitely it's like 3 chapters in. No, but I get to talk about Dawn of the Clans again.
No.
So be prepared. Mothlight's Vision, that's one of them. Like, honestly, I like a lot of the super editions. I just couldn't find one that I could delve into. This was the most recent
sister
one
has
I read.
that book, but I haven't read it.
And because it comes from Dawn of the Clans, so it kind of wins regardless.
It's really good, mainly because, like, I'm just gonna be vague because obviously not a lot of people know about it, but it's like it presented a character that was facing like legitimate internal struggles and was having, like, they didn't just get everything they wanted, you know, they were having trouble. Like Mothlight, they even said like she has ADHD, and it was like, I obviously don't have it, but it was a very like different thing to kind of read into their mind and see like how they were struggling. But it's also like, I'm gonna be honest, it's a really sad book. Like not even just the stuff that happens, but it touches upon very personal things, at least to me, just, you know, about loss and everything. And it is really it is really inspiring. I'll get into it later for favorite moment, because my favorite moment is from that book. Otherwise, besides that, I don't like a lot of the novellas, but I do like Pine Star's Choice, mainly because I think that's the only warrior book that has ever made me cry, and which is hilarious because I don't like the novellas.
Sad.
That one, like when he chose to leave and like he saw his friend die, and he went to her two legs, and he basically, like, that moment where he's like, I'm doing it for her. And it's like, it wasn't a romance thing. Like, they were just really good friends. And he just saw his friend die. And he's like, okay, you know, I can't bring her back.
And
but
saw
I'm gonna,
her two legs were like super sad.
I'm so glad they didn't make that into a romance thing.
It
was just such a nice friendship.
It was like, he wasn't doing it because he was in love with her. And he wasn't doing it like, you know, because I have to repay her. Like, it expanded upon him, because in the series it's like when he leaves you kind of just think, oh, he's soft, or even if you kind of had sympathy for him, you didn't get to see any part of that. But it's like when he goes up to her owners and it's like, I'm doing this for her so that her owners won't be sad, it like literally just broke me. I don't know. And that's that in itself, but also just reading like how he interacted with them was really, really nice personally. So that was my favorite part. So
favorite clan.
Shadow Clan. Shadow Clan.
Ooh. Yeah, no,
once again,
100% Shadow Clan.
It's really interesting.
God, it like they had like some of the best, like probably not like the best.
What are you, a
in
Sky
terms of, like, people? But like only personality level, the leaders probably weren't the best, right? But like the arcs that they had, like all the different reigns, like having Night Star, Black Star,
they had the
Broken
best
Star,
plots,
like all of that. Like, God, they had good plots.
Now here's a good question: when we're saying favorite clan, are we going based on like one that's most interesting to read, as in like the best plots, or are we going based on like just how you see them on the outside, just like if you could be a part of this clan?
I mean, that depends. Usually, like I'll base like my favorite or whatever based on like how well it's written.
It was fun to read. My favorite is usually the one that's most of a mess.
I mean, that's a mood. No, because since you both said Shadow Clan, I mean that is on my list too. But Sky Clan was also another, just because I really, really liked how like individualized they were. Besides just how different the clan was, it was also just the characters. Like at least when they were introduced, it's like we kind of knew all the characters individually, and it was really nice. Since like, you know, we didn't get to see a whole lot of them, so we didn't know the clan itself, but just the plot that they got, even just if it was just that one plot and it was very, very early on, I still really liked them. But in terms of more recent, Shadow Clan is probably top of my list. So
fair.
Favorite character? Needletail.
Very nice.
Oh God.
I love Barry Nose though too.
Why?
He's great.
Barry Nose, next question. Done. That's the answer. That's the definitive answer. It's Barry Nose.
Why?
Okay, I
have to ask.
The next 10 minutes will be me talking about Barry Nose.
Okay, by
basically,
the way, I just want to interrupt. Really quick. If you hear screaming, it is my bird. It's not the bird. Okay. It's my bird. She doesn't like when I talk, so you might just hear her screaming.
That's okay. No, her opinions are like fully valid.
Her opinions are valid. There she goes.
There she goes.
Okay,
so Barry Nose, basically, most solid character in the entire series, and I mean that wholeheartedly. He has like an actual set personality. He has like minor character growth, but like it works for him.
Till he died.
Like he's the only. Don't say that. Don't remind me. I will cry. I will cry. Basically, like
Tawny Pelt.
He is the only character who we had as like comedic relief since Grey Stripe. Like he was the only one who kind of like filled that trope, and
I
it was
also
honestly
feel
so
bad
good.
for him. I feel bad for him in Broken Code.
He deserved better. He deserved
better. He just wanted to
Such
prove
a sweet
himself,
baby
and then
boy.
Tawny Pelt went slicey slice.
Yeah,
oh my god.
that was
See,
so
I can't.
rude.
I haven't read it, so I can't give an opinion. So
fuck you, Tawny Pelt. I don't like you anymore. You killed Berry Boy.
Tawny Pelt.
Oh my god. Y'all are terrible.
No one stands Tawny Pelt anymore.
Oh my god. Oh,
Tawny Pelt is over, party.
Oh my god, shut up.
What's your favorite?
Who was the other one? Needletail?
Yes, Needletail.
Oh my god.
I think you guys already know that.
I mean,
honestly, so fair. Needletail was a good character.
Needletail is my baby.
Well written. For you know, character in Warriors, yeah, probably one of the better written. I don't like to say best written.
He's also unique.
Yeah,
like her personality is super unique.
Oh yeah, like we didn't have a character like her until
we've never had a character like her before.
No, and I think that's
the one that I wanted too. Like, good god, it's so fun.
I don't know. Do I have to talk about mine?
Yes, you do. What is it?
Okay.
I swear this is like a Dawn of the Clans cat.
Dawn of the Clans.
No. Well, Squirrel Flight was always my favorite. Like, that's one of my favorites. She was my favorite for a long, long time because Midnight was my favorite book. So Squirrel Flight was my favorite character from there. I don't know. It was mainly like in the earlier arcs when she was like, she had the most unique personality at that point for me personally. And I just really enjoyed reading about it. But I mean, if I'm going based on now, I gotta say Hawk Frost. I gotta say it.
Well, gee, I wonder.
I didn't see that one coming. That was a big surprise. Huh?
Yeah.
Hawk Frost.
Really? Y'all are so judgmental. Well, no, but the thing is that a lot of it does come down to personal headcanons. But honestly, I really did enjoy like his earlier books where he didn't really closely show his ambition. He was very like chill about it. Like when he was talking to Squirrelflight, or talking to Brambleclaw, and he's just having a conversation, and Squirrelflight comes over like what the hell are you doing?
The president.
Oh my god. But then, like, Squirrelflight comes up and is, like, really rude to Hawk Frost with good reason, but, you know, she's all rude to him, and he's just like, apologies, I will leave. I was
apologies, I shall leave.
No, like,
and then he goes to smooch Ashford behind the blacktop.
Oh, God.
Sure, he does do that.
No, but that's the impression. No, that's the impression he gives me. Like, he seems like that guy who's, like, he's at a dinner party in his tux, and he's just, like, very polite. He's very straightforward. He doesn't cause any issues. And then he goes and punches someone behind the building. Like, I don't know. It was like I don't think he was well written in the later arcs, which is why I did the map myself. But I really did like his personality and the kind of what they seem to be leading towards. I fixed him. No, I didn't. But I mean,
this is the hardest part about choosing a favorite character. It's like, do you like the canon character or the character you've like made them into?
No, in terms of canon character, like, I do like parts of him. Like, in the beginning, how he seemed to be going. It's not necessarily that I hated his plot. It's more just I wanted to see more of him.
Yeah.
And that didn't
Hawk Frost
didn't
perspective,
happen.
Hawk Frost perspective.
That would have
what I would do for Hawk Frost perspective.
You know what I would
Dude, we
kill
need a
for
Hawk
just
Frost
a solid.
super edition.
Can we get one now? But it's just like a blank page.
Oh, God.
Like, that's the whole thing.
Oh, God,
and then Thea gets to write it.
I get to write it? I have too much to rewrite, okay?
No.
Oh, God. No, but
what's the next question?
Oh, God. I didn't write anything for that.
I wrote literally an entire paragraph for this one.
I wrote nothing. I have no paper. I'm going off my head.
Least favorite character?
Finleap.
I had an idea to put that, but I was
fair.
like... I tried to pick some that aren't, like, majorly talked about just because, like, I wouldn't have anything to delve into.
I don't have any least favorites. It's so hard to choose because I don't dislike any cats at all.
I mean,
no, but Finleap is definitely bad.
Finleap.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I feel like I should skim through the books to see.
Okay,
to see just to...
He was in the Raging Storm.
Silverstream. I do not like Silverstream.
Yeah, that's honestly okay.
Yeah.
Controversial.
I do not.
Fine. Well, she existed for 5 seconds and then didn't.
No, I do not like Silverstream. When I was young and first read the books, obviously I was still young, but I thought they were like her and Greystrap were just not necessarily they didn't have chemistry, but it's like I feel like they were just totally oblivious to everything going on, which, they're kids.
When she died, did you just go good riddance?
When she died, I already knew about it, so...
And you're like, okay, whatever.
I have been spoiled for pretty much every single plot point in Warriors, to be honest.
Same.
But no, I knew about it. I wasn't very upset. Like, it wasn't like I hated her, but it's like I hated her attitude, and I hated like how she was so oblivious to everything going on around her. And it's like I said, they were
doesn't care. It's okay.
Well, it's like they were kids, so it's like I get in terms of realism how it worked. Like, because obviously they're kids, they're not really, or at least not kids, but like. They're at least probably like 17 mentally, like 17 mentally. But it still bothered me, just and it's one of those things I've never been able to shake off, because like even when Fireheart was talking to her, she's like, you should mind your own business, and I was like, girl, no,
it's wonderful. It's
like
my
in
favorite.
terms of like least favorite, because like there's definitely like characters who are like terrible characters, but like they're well written. For me, it's more like if the character is poorly written, I will cry about it, and that's exactly how I feel about Brambleclaw. I'm not even going to call him Bramblestar. He doesn't deserve that.
No, I mean, I call him Brambleclaw just because it feels better. Not even because I have a personal vendetta. It's just, it sounds better.
Like, not even for, like, the stuff with Squirrel. Like, that's a whole different thing. The thing that got me, like, pissed about him is, his entire Tiger Star arc. Like, that was such a good arc to start with. Like, in the, like, the first series and, like, a little bit into the second, like... When he's, like, struggling with that identity, like, that's so good. That's good writing. And then all of a sudden, he's like, no, but what if I kill my girlfriend's dad? What if I, like, side with, like, my dead evil father? Like, what if we just did it?
I think that ties into Hawk Frost, where it's, like, both of them were just taking it. It's like they could have done that plot, but they could have done it so much better.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, no, never mind.
Like, it felt out of character for him. Like, and ever since then, he kind of just acted like, he just didn't act like the same kind of cat. Like, he just became a completely different character, and I just don't like him anymore. He had so much, like, potential to start with, and then they just kind of, like, threw him to Hawkfrost and just saw what happened.
I mean, honestly, for me, it's the same as, like, when people would call Firestar a Mary Sue, and I was like, they're not a Mary Sue just because you're not seeing from their perspective anymore. Like, I remember I remember a scene. I remember a scene where, like, they were having a meeting, and I think it was, like, against WindClan or something, but they were having an argument, and Sandstorm's like, don't you ever fight anymore? And I think it showed, like, still a very strong, like, character flaw in Firestar, and with Bramblestar, I just can't see. It feels like two different characters, like, him as a warrior and a deputy, and then one as a leader. Like, it feels like everything that was interesting.
Then they gave him another version of his character.
Yeah. So like, I was like, okay, we don't like this Brambleclaw anymore. Let's just change him up.
Well, honestly,
it's funny that nobody noticed, because he's like, oh, that's normal.
It's at least interesting, like, doing anything, but it just feels like, with Fireheart, it, like, felt like when he went against Blue Star to talk to Tall Star, like, that really felt like, something that is in his character, like, but with every plot.
He's a naive little boy.
I mean, but everything with Bramblestar, Brambleclaw, whenever it happens, it just feels like his, Fireheart, he's working with the plot, with his personality, whereas, like, Bramblestar is kind of the opposite, where it's like the plots are being set up to make him interesting when he's literally just being let up. He's literally just filling the shoes of whatever is needed.
Yeah. So
that's partially why I don't like him anymore. I never had strong feelings towards him, but it's like I don't really like him that much anymore.
So Finleap is not great.
Smelly bastard boy.
Yeah, like first he got his tail fucking amputated because it fell under a tree. And I'm like, oh cool, some character development. And then he meets Twigpaw, and Twigpaw's like, oh cool, I like you. And then it just out of nowhere, and then Finleap's like, okay, let's run away together.
Yeah. I mean, for a plot, it's interesting. I think it's nice to see more, like, childlike actions, like Greystripe and Silverstream, because it's interesting to see what mistakes they can make, but I just didn't really like him.
But, like, when he enters ThunderClan, and then in the Raging Storm, he's like, I only joined ThunderClan so you could have my babies. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Solid reason. Like, why?
And then they have this, like, redemption at the end of it where it's like, okay, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you and stuff. And it's like, well, that was out of nowhere.
See, I'm agitated because, like, I haven't read it, so it's like I can't really participate in the same kind of hatred.
What if I stood up and I grabbed the book from across my room and I read it out to you?
Don't do that.
Absolutely not.
No, but I mean, like, at least, like, I've heard, well, because people tend to, like, when they're summarizing, it's like they tend to over-exaggerate, but it legitimately sounds like, you know, he's
nasty.
Yeah,
he's nasty,
like,
boy.
I've never disliked any characters, and then Finleap walked in and was like, "Hey, have my babies."
Yeah.
I also don't like Bumblestripe. Nobody does. Nobody likes Bumblestripe.
Nobody does.
Because he's just
absolutely
awful.
not.
Honestly,
I just hate the incel characters, okay?
Honestly, like, I'm gonna say, you know, this is gonna be a really weird reason. Root Spring. So I can't go to the library right now. So I'm listening to an audiobook of Lost Stars, and his voice is so annoying. And but I mean, it's meant to sound that way, but just the way.
The audio of his voice is annoying, not
he just
like
has daddy issues.
No, but like, the thing is that the voice is actually really good. It's more just the way they make him sound that, like, it fits with what he's saying and the character, but I'm literally like, stop whining, please. Just please. I'm like, just stop.
The best reason to hate a character.
No, but that's the fun. No, but that's
so weak.
That's the interesting.
He sits like a bush and catches prey because his scent he get hypothermia.
Well, like, that's the part though that's actually pretty good, because it's like,
I like the
voice. The voice
I like
fits
the bush.
him. No, the voice fits him, and that's why I dislike him, because, like, it brings him to life. It brings him to life in a very, very strange, but also very, very accurate way.
I want to keep in mind that, like,
this
is like book character. Your reason to hate a book character is because they sound bad.
Well, no, like... the thing is, the voice actor who's actually playing him, it sounds like really, really good, like accurate.
Yeah.
And that's the part I don't like, because, like, it makes him sound so whiny, and so I don't like it.
The Aaron's had like audio auditions, and
but also in the same audiobook they make Jay Feather sound like a 70-year-old man, so I love it anyway.
Oh my God.
I mean,
no,
he really is. He's getting there.
I know,
but I mean,
that's don't like that.
But I mean,
I don't like that.
I mean, it's, you know, it's whatever. I mean, you know,
does Jay Feather even have a voice? When I'm reading, I don't.
He's blind. He's not.
He's blind.
I mean, yeah, he talks though. What does he say? What does he sound like? I don't
know.
Like a 70-year-old man.
Oh God. Okay. Can we move on, please?
Yeah. Okay. Most aesthetically pleasing cat.
Jay Feather.
Well,
no,
okay,
just
but
honestly,
are we talking like Jay Feather with like a feather behind his ear? Because I'm totally there for that.
I don't know.
The thing is that there's are we going based on just people's designs for them? Because in terms of designs, like Jay Feather, Hawkfrost are like kind of the top two, where it's like I see so many good ones.
Yeah, designs. I think like mine is 100% Heathertail.
Heathertail?
Yeah,
like that's funny, because it's like I honestly don't think so. Honestly, like, just from
she's got like purple eyes.
Really,
it's wild.
It's more just like because she just the color, like I think what is she, like, light brown tabby or something? Just the color itself is not very. It's not very interesting, and I'm like,
I'm trying.
She has
think
purple
of
eyes.
I don't know.
She has purple eyes. Like, what part of that isn't interesting? She has purple eyes. Like, how did she get them? Where did they come from? We don't know. I love it. I love it.
Canonically, I think she has blue eyes. If we're
they're
going
like
do not canonically
so like
me. She has purple eyes.
I'm gonna canonically.
Like, Warriors Wiki literally says, "Oh yeah, this cat has purple eyes," and like, I'm believing that.
It doesn't say purple eyes. It says Heather blue eyes. It doesn't say purple.
Heather blue. Heather is purple.
It doesn't say purple.
I'm
let's not turn this into a Dove
right
debate.
Now. It does say Heather blue. Okay, but still, like, you get my point, right?
No, Dove wing.
No, I'm.
Don't make a Dove wing discussion.
Dove wing has green
eyes blue.
She does have green
eyes. Or are they
does.
gold?
No, they're green. They're green.
I liked them being gold for a long time. So I mean,
guys, I don't know what my most aesthetically
I'm looking at Heather right now, and it's pink. So what is so if it's Heather blue, that means it's pink blue. And you know what? You know what color you get when you mix those? You get purple. She has purple eyes.
You guys want to know what my most aesthetically pleasing cat is? I think I got it.
Yep.
Mole whisker.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
Dark cream and light cream. I just really like the idea of that.
That's
actually
so
pretty.
Those genetics, though.
I love it though.
Those
It's just so
genetics, where do
pretty.
you get them?
No, that's actually like that's
Like every time I read about him, it's just like a great little image. He's a pretty kitty.
caramel and vanilla.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it's really pretty. I like
Love
it.
that.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, that's me.
Y'all are crackheads.
Oh, also Sunstrike. Sunstrike is cool. Sunstrike is like a tortoiseshell,
They have, like, that,
and she has like
spot
greenish blue
on their
eyes, and
head.
she has like the white spot on her forehead.
Yeah, I swear that was like one of the first warrior cats I drew, which is such a weird thing because like she isn't at all in the books. I just remember like seeing her name, and I was like, oh God. Okay, we're doing this.
I hate to bring it up.
Why do I
also,
ship Minnowtail and Sunstrike?
God.
Like they interacted once while I was researching for
Maple
Cynics
Shade
and
is one of
Critics,
them.
and I'm like, yes.
Maple Shade is aesthetically pleasing. I don't like her as a character, but she is
like
aesthetically pleasing.
No, that's fair. She's aesthetically pleasing. She isn't like emotionally pleasing in any way.
Not at all.
But
No.
yeah, aesthetically.
No, she's a little crazy.
Favorite leader.
Blackstar. I love him. I love his like corruption plot. I love like all the stuff with Soul, him like coming into power after Tiger Star. Like it was so good. He had such a good arc.
Part of me likes Hairstar because he's such a nobody, and I like that.
Oh, yeah,
he's just like, I'm here.
But he was also a good boy in Crowfeather's Trial, so I like that.
I want to change my answer now. I like his.
I want to change my answer.
I also really like the design I did of him.
Well, he's a fun one to design. But I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't have any real strong feelings on the leader. I mean, Clear Sky.
I just like how chill he is. He's just chill.
I'm gonna pretend you did not just say Clear Sky.
Let me scream about Dawn of the Clans.
No more Dawn of the Clans.
Yeah,
Dawn of the Clans is banned.
No,
Dawn of the Clans is illegal.
No, just because I couldn't put him as my favorite character, so I have to put him somewhere.
Who even is Riverstar? He just kind of came in. He's like, "Hi, I'm here."
That's why he's the best. So he's my other favorite leader.
He's like, I'm from the park, and now I'm not.
Well, I mean, just rolling with it, man. I relate to him. But I mean, no, Clear Sky. I just thought his plots were really, really interesting. I mean, like, besides, like, just him personality-wise is just interesting, I also think the plots worked really well with his personality. So it was, like, the opposite of the Bramblestar problem, where it just feels like...
that's fair.
Bramblestar felt like he was just changed to fit into plots, whereas, like, Clear Sky, the plots revolved around him making decisions, which I really enjoyed. And for a leader, especially, to be making all these mistakes, and, like, to demonstrate, like, hey, these characters are willing to fight for him is really, really interesting, personally. I just really, really liked it.
Okay, next question.
Favorite
I don't know what it is.
Favorite villain.
Darktail.
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 Okay. Did you say Darkstripe?
Yeah.
One of us is wrong, and I'm pretty sure it's not me.
One of us is wrong. There's only one dark.
I hate to be the one to say
house.
that both of you are the ones that are wrong.
I mean, when he poisoned Sorreltail,
I thought he was
that's pretty villainous. That means
I know.
And then in the great battle, Sorreltail was like, "Fuck you," and just kills him.
Yeah, like that's a good arc.
Like I like that.
Terrible.
Did she? Wait,
boy.
did she?
I think so.
No, she didn't.
I'm pretty sure.
He's not.
Maybe it's a
headcanon. No, he's still alive.
It might. I swear to God, this is just a headcanon that I've accepted as canon.
He's deceased.
I've accepted the headcanon. It's mine.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it from Ryan. Sorry, Ryan.
Oh God.
No, let's just believe for a second that absolutely did happen. In which case, love that. Love that.
Darktail special.
No, but honestly, it just felt like with Darkstripe. Oh my God.
Darktail
he just felt
menacing.
like I couldn't take him seriously. Oh, Darktail, I loved. Like he's my favorite, hands down.
Yes.
Like just the fact that it's like. The thing is that because I was spoiled to everything, like I said, I've been spoiled for basically everything. I didn't get to see him like as menacingly as some other people might have.
You should totally read it. It's so good.
Well, no, I did. It's more just like I knew the spoilers before I read the books, so it's like I was prepared for a lot of the stuff, but it was still really enjoyable because it's like after I read the spoilers, it's like I can't really enjoy the stuff on the same level, but I did enjoy him.
Yeah. So like I thought he was a really like he was actually like scary. I know like most of the villains like he actually had power, but what kind of
and he followed through.
What kind of like turned me away from him was was like I couldn't really get with his motivations. like they didn't necessarily make
I just
enough
pretend those
sense
don't
to me.
exist.
Like he was kind of like I'd fully get like going to the clans and just like beating the shit out of one star, but it was just like kind of the control of literally all of the clans seemed off to me.
I think it kind of it also kind of plays into the nature versus nurture argument thing, because one star was like, okay, bye bye, and Smoke was like, okay, I hate the clans, and he raised him to hate the clans.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. But I mean, well, so it's sad because it's like we don't really. What is his like?
Can we please have a Smoke Super Edition? Like, oh my god,
I would love that.
But it's like, what was the end goal though? Like, was he looking to take over? Was he like, I don't
get revenge on his daddy?
But like he got that pretty early, and he kept on kind of going. Well, no, he didn't get that early. But
I think he just really hates the clans
because
they took away his father or something.
But like even then, once he
made his
gained
mother
control
so
of the
angry.
clans, what was he really gonna do?
Yeah.
Rule.
Like he got to the point where he was like abiding like the warrior code, just like, and it just,
he was power hungry.
I don't know.
That is
true. He never did that.
He like
that
is
no, but it is kind of, like, making them fight for food.
No, but it is a good point though, because he started functioning more like a clan, which is interesting. Because it's like
I just remember Rain getting pissed off at him for it.
Yeah. Well, because it's also a good point, because it's like he claims, or at least like it's implied, like he hates the clan so much. But then in a time of need, or in a time where he like needs everyone to listen to him, he acknowledges like, hey, you know, these methods can work, which is an interesting perspective. So I mean,
I wish they delved into more. I wish we got like a Darktail Super Edition. Like
you just want a Super Edition for everyone.
Yeah. Well, maybe
honestly,
I do.
They should
maybe I don't.
For everyone. What's stopping them?
Leopard Star has a cool novella though. I don't know if you ever saw that.
A novella?
That was out of nowhere. I think she does. It was about like
isn't that Misty Stars?
No, Misty Star
graphic.
Suck.
Are you talking about the graphic novel that came out recently?
Oh yeah, it's a graphic novel. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to buy that.
Yeah. So, I mean,
that had something to do with villains and stuff, and
I hated Leopard Star.
I mean, obviously Tiger Star.
No, I'm on the same page.
I do not like Leopard Star.
Okay.
Next question, please. Next question, please.
Favorite medicine cat.
Oh.
I struggled with this one. Oh yeah,
I think Puddleshine's cool. Like he wasn't originally going to be a medicine cat, but like ShadowClan didn't have one, so they're like, okay, you're medicine cat, and he just kind of flew into the role quite perfectly. And I just love his relationship with Shadowsight.
Yeah,
it's complicated and it's very well written.
That is true. No, I
love the mentor relationships in the new books. Like, oh my god. I'll talk about Root Spring and Dew Spring later in another question.
Oh my god.
I love them, and I'm going to talk about them.
Gotta think. Well, it's another Dawn of the Clans character.
Oh, here we go. Okay, go on.
I really like Micah. No, I really like Micah. Like I said earlier, I was gonna delve into it more, but from Mothlight's vision, just because he is a very, very good boy. But he's also like I said it before, and I meant this seriously, but he is one of the more inspiring characters in terms of like he's not, facing any real internal conflict that kind of makes you root for him. But it's like he's just like but he's making decisions to help others, and it's in a way where it's not just because it's his job. He's making these decisions and saying like destiny is what led me here, and I'm going to do my best. And it just feels like reading it, Warriors is cheesy and it's corny, but it actually, when reading like his interactions, it felt real. It felt like he was an actual like person. Does that make sense? Because, well, you know what I mean. Don't even judge me. But it was basically like, it felt real. It felt like his interactions with Mothlight were very, very real. And just like, I wouldn't say relatable necessarily, but just, it made you root for him in a way. Like, even though he wasn't really personally struggling, it still made you root for him. So, I mean, he's still my favorite. Jay Feathers, he's there. He's interesting to read. But I mean, he's basically a lot of people's favorite, and he's only like one of my favorites because he's interesting to read.
I didn't even consider Jay Feather. Like, I love Jay Feather, but I forgot for a second.
Yeah, I feel like once a character's like popular enough, I feel like I can't use them as an answer.
That's me too. Mainly because it's like I feel like I'm saying stuff that basically everyone's already said, so I wanted to pick some more unique answers.
I honestly really liked Brambleberry.
Yes,
she's
was so good.
Sweetie. She felt like a genuine like medicine cat.
All the medicine cats in like in novellas, super editions, everyone. All of them are basically
cool. Like Sage Whisker from
why do all the medicine cats get development in super editions and novellas? That's literally the only place they get development. It's like the only place they get development.
And then there was that one medicine cat that's like, I'm gonna kill your mom, Blue Star. And then he kills her mom.
Oh god.
Yes, Hawkheart.
Overrated character.
I'm guessing you're about to say Hollyleaf.
Why do you say that?
Nothing. Never mind.
Why do you say that?
Because a lot of people have started to just kind of not like Hollyleaf. Didn't make sense.
That is legitimately my answer though.
I didn't like her because I used to be like a full like Ash Frost stan. And
I just really
like I had to hate her.
I think she's overrated just because it's like, you know, her plot was like pretty original. But it's more just because, and this is going to be a very specific example. My reasoning is more just because like when people are reading the books, they say, or at least the arc she was in, they're saying like she was the most interesting character. And I reread the books very recently of her in that arc, and honestly, basically
one character that I think is like terribly overrated is Brackenfur.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, because it was this weird thing of like everyone being like, wow, Brackenfur's so underrated. And now
he never did anything.
Loves him, and now he's overrated.
I didn't even know that he was with Sorreltail until they mentioned it.
Now there's like that many like Brackenfur maps, and honestly, like I love him. But like it's so funny how like we kind of like decided like, oh wow, he's such an underrated character, and then managed to make him so overrated for just being a background character.
I'm trying to think of a really
there's nothing actively wrong with him. It's just more like, you know, he
it's
was born
like
from nothing.
That he's an underrated character when he's absolutely not. Like most people will have him within like their top 10 favorites. And like he just kind of
he never did anything.
And I don't know what to think of. I'm just gonna say Brackenfur too because I can't think of anything, and I agree.
Okay.
So. Yeah,
you know, that's a mood.
And then like in terms of underrated characters,
Lion Blaze.
Oh my god, Spring. You hurt my heart.
No, but the reason I say that, I actually have a legitimate reason. I have a legitimate reason for this though, because like I said, I was rereading the books.
Cloverfoot.
Cloverfoot, yes.
I love Cloverfoot.
I was reading the books, and Hollyleaf, it's like the chapters just weren't as interesting as I remember. So I started paying more attention to Lion Blazes, and it honestly, like, despite him being, you know, the way he is, I can't really relate to his character, but it's more like his situations felt a lot more personal and more real.
Yeah,
like giving up.
I also liked the fighting.
Yeah,
really
like
his whole like ordeal of like realizing like, oh crap, I'm like technically immortal. This is wild.
Yeah. But it's like it felt more personal.
And then he goes into
it was genuinely really good.
1v1 me.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Was interesting. I loved reading that.
That was great. He's genuinely such a good character.
The thing is that they treat, you know, the fandom, and I don't know if it's so much, you know, in the book, but the fandom treats him. Well, it's also he seems to be treated like a comedic relief between his siblings, but it's like he like with Cinderheart, for example, it's like he was speaking, considering he's got this like power that shouldn't exist, like. She's saying, "No, I can't be with you," and it's like he's speaking so like, I don't know what the word is, but like realistically, he's speaking in a way that makes sense. He's explaining, he's like, "This doesn't have to change things." Blah blah blah.
He's one of the most real characters, which is weird,
he's a
kind of
sweet boy,
shown to
and
be
I
very
love
like
him.
cardboard.
Yeah,
but he's not. He's special. I love him.
He's a special boy. No, but it's like he's treated as comedic relief so much by the fandom, but it's like I honestly think he's one of the more like. Yeah. He's your older brother. Like he's there for you, and he has he has a solid arc of his own. I feel so.
Yeah, he's cool. Bird, what's your underrated? I'll mention mine after.
Russet Fur.
Yes.
I really,
oh my god,
like
I love
Russet Fur.
Russet
She
Fur.
had such a good like plot and everything. She was just she didn't feel necessarily like a background
rogue
character.
Kitty pet.
Yeah,
she felt very present.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even
I
when
loved
she
her.
wasn't in the scene, it's like they refer to her and they're just like, oh, wow, we can't go over to Shadowpen. Not because they're leader. They're just like, Russet Fur will kick our ass.
I
Like,
love
oops.
Russet Fur. When I was
No,
like 12, I was doing that favorite Warrior Cats drawing, which is the headshots and stuff, because I watched a speed paint of it.
Yeah.
And one of them was Russet Fur, because I was reading that right now. And I'm like,
Oh, God.
wow, I love
Wow.
Russet Fur. Okay.
I love her. She's
Yeah.
mine. She's my child.
Okay, so Cloverfoot and Dewspring, the gray kitties, we love them.
Either of those come from? Is it?
Excuse me. Okay, Cloverfoot is
Excuse
the
me?
Shadow Clan deputy right now,
Oh.
and basically, I really liked her interactions with Elderheart in the Raging Storm when Elderheart came over to Shadow Clan to heal Puddleshine and stuff and try his thingy.
Yeah.
You know? And originally she was like standoffish, like, what the hell are you doing? I hate you. Go away. and
Who are you?
and then later on she becomes like a kind of a medicine helper kind of thing, and they start talking, and it's just really sweet, and I really like how it just naturally curves into like a little relationship, like a little friend relationship.
I wish I had
It's a cute
gotten
little
to that
friendship.
point. I honestly wish
I
I'd
like
gotten to
it.
that point. It sounds nice.
I just like how they got along so nicely after a while. It just felt so natural, and I loved that.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then there's Dewspring. I love Dewspring.
Why do you like Dewspring?
Okay, so Dewspring was Rootspring's mentor.
Yeah, he's
He's
got
cool.
an interesting voice too.
Oh my god.
Well, no,
Okay.
he always just sounds extremely annoyed, and I'm just like, that's mood, man.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing about him. He doesn't understand why Rootpaw is having so much trouble. But he's like, I want you to be the best you can be, so I'm gonna see if we can like extend things, do your assessment later on. And it's kind of maddening when you're reading because it's like, hey, but that's not his fault. But the thing is, Dewspring doesn't know that. And then like when they actually find out, and when Rootpaw is like, hold on, I'm about to do my assessment, but like Firesight's taking me to the gorge, so I'm gonna follow him. And then they find fucking Shadowsight dying in a pit.
Like,
and
hey.
he's like, oh shit. And then he goes to get Dewspring, and Dewspring's like, wait, how did you know about this? And he like kind of tells him a bit.
Yeah.
And Dewspring's like, okay, I'll help you, I understand. And then he's like, I'm sorry I couldn't do the assessment. And then they come back, they bring Shadowsight back, and he helps. And then Dewspring's like, you're really cool, you're really brave for doing
You're
this.
really cool.
You're worth it. I'm sorry I doubted you, and makes him a warrior. And Leafstar does it in his name.
Oh.
It's kind of fun. It's just a cute little
I
arc.
just realized that. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm a dumbass.
it's such a cute little arc, and I love it.
Oh my god.
It's actually great.
I'm a dumbass. I didn't connect the dots. Rootspring to Spring.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, Rootspring is just a nice name. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay. Next question.
Favorite minor character.
Okay. It's got to be Daisy. I really like Daisy.
Daisy's good.
Daisy's
but I don't know
cool.
if she's really minor character enough. Like,
well, no, she is. Anyone I consider minor characters anyone who doesn't have a perspective that is like not Crowfeather.
Yeah.
Or
it's
like,
no, she felt just like a really real character. Like she just kind of like I really just love like all of her stories. Like there's so much to her, and it sucks that she was just a minor character.
the new map of her.
I love how I love how she I liked when they had that clan meeting and they're saying like I'm not changing my name or blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and,
like the way she just held her ground. It's like wow.
But it's
Audio
but the part that made me feel good is the part where she's just like I'm not named. I don't have the same name as you, but I am still a ThunderClan cat. Like that felt really good.
I like that.
I'm all for finding a new home and like acknowledging that home is now yours.
Yeah, and the way she she was still putting the effort to like be such a like important part of the clan and like
and
it was good. She's such a good cat.
Love her.
Hazeltail. May as well just group her in there too.
Hazeltail. Okay.
I don't know why I like Hazeltail
oh my God.
so much. We're going for
honestly, yeah.
I don't know why. She always seemed so sweet and like she always seemed to have a presence. So it's like I don't know. Like she had for a minor character, she always seemed to be present in the books. So it's like I don't know. I kind of got attached to her, and then she died. So I'm like, well, forget that then.
I'm just gonna say Dew Spring. Oh wait, no. Okay, I think I got it. It's not Dew Spring. It's Rose Petal.
Rose Petal.
Oh my god!
Wow,
so we're all. I love how we're all just in the same family.
I love Rose Petal.
Yes,
I love Rose Petal.
We're all just in the same family.
Rose Petal is such a good character.
I cried when she fucking died. I was very sad.
Oh my god! Wait. Oh crap! She died too.
Yeah.
They all
died in the skirmish with Stenleaf, I think.
We're all just killing off the characters. We're just suckers for tragedy over here.
Yeah, and she like comforted Bristlefrost when Bristlefrost got rejected, and I like that. That's so real.
I literally just got to that part in the audiobook.
I just love it. I'm sorry we spoiled that she just croaks.
No, I literally already know everything.
Oh yeah, because
we found out what's
I think it was
just
in
assume
that map.
Yeah, just assume.
Wasn't she supposed to end up with like an actual like relationship, or
I think I heard that.
Forget about that.
I think I heard that thrown around, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, because like I heard like she was like gonna end up with Bumblestripe or something.
No.
Also, I feel bad for Spotfur.
I swear it was Bumblestripe.
I feel really bad for Oh yeah, Bumblestripe.
Bumblestripe sucks.
You're right. I'm glad she died before that could happen.
Oh god, that's so mean.
Bumblestripe is not valid, okay? Bumblestripe is not valid.
Oh my god.
I mean, on that topic, favorite pairing. And now, and like in this, let's not even count like just canon,
Snowfur and
because I
Thistleclaw.
have no canon ones. Oh, okay.
Snowfur and Thistleclaw was very nice and very wholesome, and then Snowfur died, and Thistleclaw was like, you know what, I hate you.
We don't talk about Thistleclaw after that.
Yeah, we don't.
But there was such a good opportunity.
I have the physical copy of Spotted Leaf's Heart, and I want to burn it.
Yeah.
And I'm already ready for the next question of Spotted Leaf's Heart. I'm ready.
Oh my god.
To cry about it.
Wait, but I'm trying to think. Because I was gonna say it was related, but yeah, I can't remember. I see, like, this is gonna get me in hot water. I really should.
I really like my design of Thistleclaw.
Oh my god. Squirrelflight and Bramblestar, I really shipped them back in the very beginning. Like in Midnight You Already Know is my favorite book. I really enjoyed like their relationship. Not even just like romantically, but just, them going back and forth. I'm a sucker for just like, one character is just pestering the other. And it was just a lot of fun, and it felt really, felt kind of real. Like an older friend that you have. You just like to bug them. So, I mean, I really enjoy that, and I felt like their romance, it kind of, even just, like, over the first 2 books, it develops, like, pretty nicely. Honestly, anything now is just, like, but I really did enjoy them in the beginning. And like I said, not just romantically, just, their interactions with each other. I just really enjoyed reading.
So for me, like, I don't have, like, one canon like pairing that I enjoy.
Yeah, in terms of like pairings, I don't enjoy
in general, like
mood.
They haven't. Yeah, romance probably isn't like the most like well written thing in the series.
That's not, that's not why you read the book.
So basically, for me, it's Lion Blaze, Berry Nose, Enemies to Lovers trope.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I love them. Oh god, it would have been so good. The Irons.
See, like I just dislike Berry Nose in general. So
you can't dislike Berry Nose.
I do,
baby boy.
I do. Boy. I hate Berry Nose.
Berry Stumpy Tail.
Oh my god.
No.
Berry Stumpy Tail. Yeah. God, what a good character. I love Berry Nose.
Special. I love Berry Tail Snows.
Are you okay?
Berry Tail Snows.
God, I will, like, I need to start just journaling, like, shipping maps specifically so I can just do art of those two. Like,
I'll do art with you.
Just do
Thank
it.
Thank you.
Wait, but I do have a legitimate answer, like, besides Squirrel and Bramble.
Okay, what is it?
It's Dawn of the Clans time.
No, anyway, so next question.
No.
What is it? Is it Clear
since
Sky and...
No. Clear Sky and Starflower can go away.
Clear Sky and
Clear Sky and Storm. Clear Sky and what's her face?
Steal Yo Girl.
Yes.
Stole Storm.
No, I talked about Micah earlier, but Micah and Mothlight are like, it's very tragic and it's very sad. because I knew from the beginning they were going to get together, but it's like, it's a very sad, and like, they are basically kids. Like, I'm going to guess that in terms of just age, they're in like their teens, like 16 maybe. But it's really interesting because it's like, that's literally what it feels like. It just feels like they're out there, you know, having a good time, trying to help out, and, you know, they fall in love with each other. And it feels like very, you know, genuine, like first love kind of thing. And it's like, it does end sadly, which is why I got this partially why I got attached to it, because it's like, it felt really natural. It just felt like two friends who were just falling in love. And it doesn't have to be a super, super deep romance to get me invested, but it did get me invested just because it felt really genuine, like two friends, you know, even if they didn't get together, but it's like two friends that just kind of fall in love. But it was really sad, and that's why I don't trust myself to ship characters in Warriors anymore. So, I mean...
Oh no, they broke you.
Just ignore canon and just take it into headcanons.
What is canon? I
don't know.
I don't know.
Nothing's canon if we just close our eyes and
like Hawkeye.
I mean, I feel like half of the stuff people post
Hawkeye is not canon, but we can absolutely believe that
Hawkeye is canon.
That's the thing, because there's no evidence to say that Hawkeye was not canon.
Oh,
That's how I'm living my life.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to talk about it.
Maybe Ashfur is possessing Bramblestar because he wants to get revenge over his dead lover, which is Hawkfrost. And Bramblestar is Hawkfrost.
Y'all are crackheads.
It's just like Hawk and Ash are both sharing Bramblestar's body right now, and they're just like,
Hawk is dead.
Eternally fighting over like who to be pissed off at.
Oh my god. Okay, I have another one. I have another one. I might get some weird comments for it. I still do somewhat ship Hawk and Ivy, like as internally, like it's that love.
I didn't see that one
enemies to lovers. Excuse me, ma'am. Well, because the Scrubs map honestly wasn't supposed to be romantic. It was kind of, you know, it was one of those maps where it's like people could interpret it however they wanted, and honestly, I intended it for it to be that way because I didn't want to do anything like expressively like romantic in it. I wanted it to be based around him. But no, the thing is that it's not even just, you know, it says favorite pairing, not necessarily romantic, which is why I'm like, I honestly would have taken them however they gave them. Like, it could have been romantic.
Question for favorite friendship.
Oh my god.
You little poop face.
Well, no, because it's like, that's not necessarily it, though. But it's, I would have taken their relationship however they would have gotten it. Like, romantic, platonic, just something more than what we got. Because I feel like there was a lot of plot opportunities for that.
Yeah, there was.
For both like Hawk and Ivy. I feel like Hawk was kind of screwed over with his plot, so I feel like that would have kind of...
and Ivy.
No, Hawk and Ivy. I feel like there was so many opportunities for plots, and I feel like they could have done something with them, regardless of what exactly it was, which kind of... I wish there was a question where it's like wasted potential, because I feel like that, like just Hawk in general, but also Hawk and Ivy were kind of just wasted potential to like do something to further the plot. There was so many opportunities.
There's a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah, there is. Okay, we can move on. Sorry.
Yeah, for least favorite pairing, can I collectively say for all of us that it's Spotted Thistle?
I feel like that goes. I was gonna put it, but I was like, that's probably boring because it's probably like pretty obvious.
Here, I'm got one.
Yeah, I feel like if we're allowed one obvious answer, it's gonna be this one.
It's gonna be that. Yeah,
I've got a good one.
What is yours?
Twig Branch and Finleaf.
Honestly,
they weren't expecting that. Actually, Ragged Star and Yellowfang is also kind of garbage.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No,
Ragged Star was a bitch.
I kind of liked them until like Ragged Star, turned into a bitch. But like,
and then killed his dad.
Relationship-wise, like it was really like well written. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But
see, mine's a little
least
different.
Favorite.
Well, because those ones are kind of like on the abusive and or just, you know, bad to each other in general kind of spectrum. I put down Dayfeather and Half Moon.
Okay, in terms of just like terrible writing,
yeah.
How did that happen?
They have no chemistry.
Oh just, you know, I feel like they could have, like, it's the same thing with the wasted potential. I feel like they could have done something for it if they put a little more effort in. But honestly, it felt so out of character for him. Like, if he had just like been really surprised, you know, like he'd never experienced like a crush before, that would have been a really good thing to tackle. Like, you know, this is the first time I've ever felt this way. It would have been an interesting plot.
Quite literally.
Well, it would have been an interesting plot point. Yeah, love at first sight. That would be so funny. But it's like, it would have provided such an interesting been an interesting plot, but it's like it felt very shallow just because we didn't see much of it.
I think I know how to fix the problem.
We're basically forced to see this character who doesn't seem to show any sort of romantic attraction to anyone basically fall in love in 2 scenes, which, you know, Warriors isn't good with writing romance in general, but it just felt like that one hit a lot harder because he's not a romantic. Like, he's not into this stuff. And I'm not saying he can't be, but like to have someone who hasn't shown any interest in anyone up to that point.
Better.
Briarlight is better.
Jade Briarlight is so wholesome.
But I mean, it's one of those pairings where it's like, it's not necessarily like, I don't like using bad, but you know, it's not a Spotted Thistle couple.
Yeah, it's
so
not
it's not
that.
Yeah,
it's
not problematic.
Not at all
it's just
well written.
It's basically. And even if it was more well written, you know, it depends on how they would have taken it. So
yeah.
But
okay, what's the next question?
Favorite friendship. Can I throw Hawk and Ivy in there too?
You can't.
It would have
okay.
out of canon, but
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Cinderheart and Hollyleaf.
Oh, they were really cool. I'm gonna to no surprise, like Fire and Greystripe. Like,
yeah,
they genuinely, like, I feel like they were the only like real friendship throughout the entire like series overall. Like, they felt like genuine friends.
Unpopular opinion, maybe the Fourth Apprentice squad to clear the beavers, they were kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
I liked them. Like,
yeah,
when
actually...
Sedgwicker got injured and stuff, I was genuinely like,
oh my god.
Yeah, as an overall group, they worked really well.
I miss when I miss even just in the earlier when
Dovepot tries to repair the friendship because everyone's going off to different clans. I'm trying
to remember what was it. I'm trying to remember what book it was. It was Power of Three. I think it was like the second or third book when like all the apprentices kind of interacted with each other. I know it isn't necessarily a friendship, but it's like it felt like they kind of worked together well, and I really liked some of the group shots of them just doing things. And I don't know, I feel like they could have taken that in a direction, but they didn't. So
they didn't.
I'm not salty, I swear. But I mean, I feel like Cinderheart and Hollyleaf could have been a romantic pairing too. I mean, like I said, I don't usually like hardcore ship anyone canonly. I feel like they could have worked. Not terribly disappointed that they didn't, but I feel like they really could have.
Favorite moment? You can rant about Dawn of the Clans now.
Yes, I can. Okay, but basically the scene was with Mothlight and what's his face, Sunshadow, and that part of the book she had lost Micah, and he had come to this really new place. Like, he didn't know anybody, and then his traveling companion had died. So basically, he was new in a new place. He didn't know anybody.
Clean slate. Everyone died.
Yeah, well, basically, and it was really sad because it's like he came because his dad had left to, go on the journey to find a new place, and he ended up dying, and his son didn't know. So he came here like intending to find his dad, and his dad's dead. So he's just like, explaining, he's just like, I know what it's like to lose people. Like, I came here to a completely new place, I didn't know anybody. I felt like I was completely alone in this world. And she's like, well, what did you do to like make the pain go away? What did you do to like heal? He's like, things got better over time. Like, I made a new family, things got better. And now that things are so different, there are times it still hurts, but in the end, I'm glad I came.
Like,
and it was a really, in the dialogue, like, considering Warriors is not the pinnacle of dialogue, the dialogue in this scene was actually very, very, like, it felt really real. And it honestly, like, because I've lost a lot of people in my life, so it's like it hit even harder. But the fact that they actually did, it felt like they did a scene right. It's like, it was really emotional for me personally. But it's like the dialogue got me, because it felt like it didn't feel corny or cheesy. Like, because they can make things, when they're trying to be all inspirational, they can try and make it like sound really forced and cheesy. But it actually felt like a legitimate conversation.
Yeah.
So it felt better that way. So that was my favorite scene. Like, I know you guys aren't really into the arc yet, but I mean, it's it's one of the most.
It's a superation.
Well, because like I have a lot of favorite moments, but that's the one that really sticks out, like as a personal moment. So I really like that one.
Sense.
So,
for me, I absolutely love Techyela's Exile. I thought like Techyela's Exile, like when like he finally got kicked out of the clan, like it was the amount of action that had just happened before it with like him trying to kill Blue Star and like just felt like it was like the best like action scene whilst like still having very little action. Yeah, that was what I loved when he goes to like the cats who we thought would absolutely side with him and they were like, yeah, no, I'm not about that. And it was genuinely just so good. Like all the reactions from the clans, like his like the things that he was saying, like it felt like such a like good scene.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really did.
My brain's trying to think completely. I just want to the scene where Root Paw in Lost Stars where he and Kite Bitch and Turtle Bitch take him to the water.
To the lake.
Yeah, and then they're like, I'm gonna help you. And then they start fucking bullying him, like the hell out of him. And he gets really pissed and jumps into the river. And like Bristlefrost has to save him because honestly I feel that.
I feel that.
I feel that.
Oh my
God.
God.
Someone who hasn't read this book, it's
literally I can like literally just
he was
like,
bullied.
That's literally how it went.
And he just jumped into
because he
tried to jump at them and he
tried to jump at them and he was I don't even know how this happened, but he was running really fast and he couldn't stop and he just like face planted into the lake.
Okay, so he was being taunted by Kite Bitch and Turtle shit. Bitch. And basically he got extremely mad at them because they were taunting him about being weak and being like his father. And he got really angry and he tried to attack them, but they got out of the way and he didn't get to stop, so he went plop into the river.
Into the river.
And then Bristlefrost came by. She's like, "Oh,
hello,
this cat.
Look at this weirdo."
Yeah, but honestly, I just relate to.
She regretted
Lost
that decision very quickly.
I honestly just really related to little Root Paw with the shithole.
Wait, can you say you were rooting for him? Enjoy my puns.
Most tragic death.
Don't even start with the tragic death.
Okay. I'm starting with the tragic death.
Don't start with the tragic death.
I'm starting with a strong Badgerfang. That was terrible. Like they had no right to do that.
They had no right.
They literally had no right.
Was so sad.
I was sad. I was crying.
Like Badgerfang was like, "Hey, I want to be like you, Flint Fang."
Oh. God, that was bad.
He's like, "You're the best mentor ever. I want to be named after you."
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna cry thinking
just making
it
worse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Am I okay?
I already know what you're gonna say, Jarek. I already know
what am I gonna say?
What arc this is gonna be from.
What is it gonna be
Hog
from?
Frost.
It is not. It is not.
Okay, that's good. No, but it's gonna be some like Dawn of the Clans propaganda. It is.
Storm.
How much do y'all want me to spoil?
Turtletail.
Literally spoil all of it. So then when you ask me like, "Hey Bird, can you read Dawn of the Clans?" I'll be like, "No, you've already told me everything that happens. Like I don't need to. I already know everything."
It is Micah. It is Micah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. It's a tie. It's Greywing and Micah. Greywing, it's not as much tragic. It's more just you're seeing the end.
Kind of died.
You're seeing the end of his journey. It's kind of like one of those where it's like it's sad, but it's not really tragic. Whereas Micah, it's like he's basically a kid who was trying his best to help. Who's doing he literally died trying to do his duty, find medicine to heal someone from another clan, and he ended up dying by complete accident. Like it wasn't intended. They didn't know, and
how'd he do that?
It's like. And Multiply was pregnant. Well, how did he do that? How'd he die?
How'd he do that?
How'd he die? Mothlight was pregnant. She didn't know, but he's just like, I want you to be happy. I want you to smile. And I was like, well, there we go. No, it was one of those really.
How did he die?
He fell from a tree, and I think he like.
Oh god, what an idiot!
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Well, the thing
like
is that. Well, that's the thing. Like Clear Sky, I think, was saying something like, "You can't get herbs like from my land or whatever," because he was a Sky Clan cat, and he wanted to give it to Mothlight for her clan. And he's saying, like, you can't do this. And then there was a big fight where Sky Clan warrior climbed up the tree to, like, stop him from doing whatever he was doing. And they both fell, but he ended up apparently not landing the right way. So
it was on their feet. How did...
I think a branch. There. I think it was like a branch. I don't think it was just fall. Like, I think a branch fell on him.
It's like with Antfer, where he fell from the tree and bonked his head. And then... went all
no, but I don't like to spoil the things, but it's like it was a really, really sad death, and I think it's might be the only one that I ever cried at. Oh my God. Or at least got emotional, just because it's like I said, I don't get really emotional with warriors just because I don't think their characters are really developed very well. But it was one of those scenes where it did make me take a step back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I figured.
So, but
let me think. I don't know.
Cinderpelt will always be emotional. Just not even because the death itself, just because she was such a good character. Russifer was a hardcore. Her death was hardcore. I loved it.
That was rough. Oh yeah,
I loved it. She went out like, you know, a boss. Like, she was great. I loved it.
Yeah. It was so hard
no
to be
like,
because like on one hand you gotta love Lion Blaze, and then on the other, like, love Russifer, and just trying to figure out like who do I side with.
I just think it was the best way for her to go out, personally.
Oh, absolutely.
I also low-key kind of cried when, like, Stemleaf died.
I haven't gotten to that part. I haven't gotten to that part, but I feel like, because I was like, I'm not going to get attached to any of these new characters, like, because I usually don't. But then I'm reading about Stemleaf for, like, 2 seconds, and I was like, you know, he's a good boy.
I mean, I feel bad for Spotfur, too, because Spotfur's still alive and kicking, and then her, like, love interest just kind of croaks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say how, because it's a big spoiler for you. I know spoilers are kind of like, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
It's from the Skirmish trademark.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I see. Like, it's one of those things where I'm just waiting to get to that part because I feel really bad, but I already know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
like, it's way too soon.
Okay.
You're up to the final question.
Okay.
We've done it. All right.
Favorite fight scene. One of them is Russifer. One of them is Russifer.
That's definitely a big one.
Absolutely.
Tiger Star's death. That was...
I don't remember it.
Like, the entire, like, Blood Clan battle, like, all of that. Like,
that one. I thought
that.
For some reason I thought you meant his second death. I don't know why I thought
that.
No,
like, it was just, like, the craziest shit of having, like, Scourge just, like, kind of come in and be like, hey, so we're doing this now. Like, we're just getting rid of this guy. Like, I'm tired of him. Like, after having, like, 6 books of building up to the idea of Firestar absolutely killing Tiger Star. And then Scourge just comes along and he's just like, this is kind of like my thing. It was genuinely, it was so good. I love just like Blood Clan, this entire concept. Say, it was great.
People say Scourge wasn't built up, and like he wasn't, but I feel like I look past it just because it was the concept itself was so hilarious. Just like, you know, you're built up for so long thinking Firestar's gonna like kick his butt, and then Scourge comes in.
Yeah, I don't even care about like the lack of development for it. It was like that would kind of made it good. Like we didn't at all see it coming.
Kind of you sitting there, like, hey, let's go attack.
And like literally, like, any of y'all could have taken him out. Any of you guys could have taken him out.
Oh god, that was great.
Scourge was like, no, we'll do it tomorrow. And then Tiger Star was like, no, we're doing it now. And then he's like, actually, we're doing it tomorrow. And then Tiger Star was like, you suck. And he jumps at him, and then he gets wrecked.
You suck. That is like Barry Nose energy. You suck. Just jumps at him. I love it.
Oh, I love that.
I liked the one with Russifer. I think there was another one when Jay Feather was still training to be a warrior. So he was in the battle, and I really just enjoyed that battle. Not even just because of Jay Feather, that's just the only thing I remember. But I remember like the apprentices being in the battle, and it was actually interesting because the battle it wasn't like 2 pages and it was done. It actually like it showed some strategy, it showed some good writing, and I really enjoyed it.
One was cool because One Star was just kind of being a bitch, and then they're like, you know what, time to fight everyone. And Soul's like, you got a big storm coming.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The Eclipse battle was pretty rad.
No, that one. Oh, that was one of them.
That was great. Just like the atmosphere of it, loved it. Loved it.
Okay, is that the last question?
Yeah.
I mean,
what we should do.
Oh god.
We should like delete the rest of the recording and just only add in the times where Thea says to read Dawn of the Clans.
No.
The entire thing. It's
no, you're terrible.
Make a post that's like just you saying read Dawn of the Clans over and over.
Read Dawn of the Clans, it's the best arc, okay?
When you post the sun map, it's just like blank screen, read Dawn of the Clans.
No, I gotta find
that could be your April Fools.
No, someone posted, because I said on my Tumblr, I'm trying to find it. I basically said, make more Dawn of the Clans maps, you cowards. And someone responded, I think we all just want to ignore and forget about that travesty.
Oh.
And I was literally responded. I was like, it's your opinion, I guess. I think you're wrong, though.
You're allowed to have an opinion, but it's wrong.
But it's wrong. Yeah, basically. Like I was so like sassy with that.